This is a Sandy Boy Productions podcast. Hey friends, welcome to I'll Have Another podcast with Lindsay Hine. I hope you had a wonderful Chicago Marathon weekend. If you raced this weekend, congratulations. It was so fun being in Chicago again. I love going to that race every single year, and there were so many people. I know so many of you listening that ran that race or were there cheering on their friends or family. So wow, what a beautiful weekend. We do have a recap episode today of the Chicago Marathon with the one and only Emily Venters. I was following Emily's story closely as she was debuting the marathon in Chicago this past weekend. I had the opportunity to speak with her at the press conference, and she was so excited to toe the start line of her first marathon. If you had her in your tracker, you might know that some things went awry for her on this day, and she gives us the entire rundown in this episode of what unfolded on that course and how she handled it, in my opinion, with so much grace, so much grit, so much determination. If you don't know Emily, she's been on the podcast before. She came on the show back in May of this past year when she first broke 15 in the 5K. So that's episode 609 on I'll Have Another podcast. Emily debuted the half marathon in Houston back in January. She went on to run at the U.S. Half Marathon Championships, placing 5th. She has a half marathon time of 68:48. She is now living in Utah, being coached by Ed Eyestone and training with that group, who she has a lot of great support from. Emily is a leukemia survivor. She was diagnosed with leukemia at 3 years old. And so in the race in Chicago, she was also raising money for that cause, which is another reason why it felt so important to her to cross that finish line of her first marathon. She's going to break down the story of that day. I was actually at the finish line looking for her, cheering for her with my friend and relay co-host Erika Kemp, and it was emotional and inspiring to see her cross that finish line in Chicago, around an hour slower than her anticipated finish time. She finished that race with the masses, and so you don't see a pro doing that. Hardly ever. So many lessons from this race. And if you aren't following Emily on social media, go give her a follow and also give her a virtual hug. Give her some love. She is Venters Emily on Instagram. We're so proud of you. Cannot wait to see what you do in the future, Emily. All right, friends, this episode is supported by Tailwind Nutrition. Look no further than Tailwind to fuel your next marathon, your next training cycle. Tailwind Nutrition has complete energy, electrolytes, hydration, light, clean taste, easy on your gut, mixes clear, rinses clean. Their endurance fuel is truly one of the best ways you could possibly fuel for a marathon. You don't need gels or chews. You can fit it all into your bottle. And so many people who have struggled with gels and high sugary formulations have found that Tailwind really is the key to getting the fuel they need without messing with the gut. They also have a great recovery blend, the right mix of carbs, protein, and electrolytes. It has 20 grams of protein in it. You can get their recovery mix bundle. I actually see that that is on sale right now. Single serving stick packs, which are really easy to just pack with you after a killer workout, have with you on the go, because we all know we need to rebuild our muscles and replenish energy, fully rehydrating quickly after our workouts, and this makes it simple. Go to tailwindnutrition.com and use the code ANOTHER20 for 20% off your order. All right, friends, if you enjoy this episode, please consider leaving us a quick rating and review on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. I actually have an announcement. We are giving away a pair of Shokz headphones, and the winner of that is Kelly DC2. So Kelly left a rating and review on iTunes and entered herself to win a pair of Shokz headphones. Kelly said, constant favorite, definitely one of the better running podcasts. Thank you for that. I find myself listening to this one each week versus skipping episodes like I do with others. Lindsay is a great interviewer, relatable, and keeps listeners engaged with real talk in addition to all the running. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I really appreciate that. Kelly, send me an email, lindsay@sandyboyproductions.com, and I will send you a pair of Shocks headphones. Okay, let's keep this going. Any new reviews from now through the end of November, so you've got a little bit of time, we will put you in a drawing to win a gift pack of Tailwind Nutrition. That's one of our other sponsors on the podcast. So Kelly won the Shocks headphones. Continue keeping these new reviews coming. And for any new review in October and November, you will be entered to win a Tailwind gift package. It takes about 1 minute to leave a review on iTunes. All right, friends, please enjoy my conversation with the wonderful Emily Venters. Emily Venters, welcome back to the podcast.
Wish it was under better circumstances.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. Yeah. I think it was like the weekend was just more emotional than anything, like a lot of different emotions. But I think like after I've kind of processed everything, like I'm okay. I'm doing pretty good.
You know, I started reading an article. I don't even know who it was by, a little bit about your race. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to read this because I want to hear it unfold here on the podcast. Emily was debuting the marathon in Chicago, and I did listen back to our pre-race interview, though.
Yeah.
And, you know, I asked you like what you were most excited about, and you said finishing. And then you also said like, oh gosh, I wish I could quote it verbatim, but something about like how gratifying it'll be or satisfying it'll be to cross the finish line
Yeah.
of your first marathon. The fact that you did that on Sunday, regardless of the circumstances that you were enduring, is so admirable and inspiring. Um, I know that some people would choose to pull out for different reasons, but you had in your head, like, I'm finishing this thing, and
Yeah.
man, I respect it.
Thanks. Yeah. I mean, it was definitely tough. Definitely had thoughts of not finishing, but I think many people probably know, and you included, like there have been several races this year where I actually haven't finished. And so I've really been working with my sports psych too on the mental piece of just like, yeah, finishing no matter what. Like, I mean, maybe if I had fractured something, I wouldn't
Yeah.
finish, like under certain circumstances. But like, I think I was just like proving to myself that like I really could push to the end. Like, even though I really felt awful, like I was going to get there no matter what. If I had to crawl, like whatever. So.
Yeah. So I first saw you, oh, I saw you early on, and then I saw you at mile 13,
Mhm.
and I was like, she doesn't feel good. Like
No.
something is off. I could just tell on your face, even.
Yeah, that's how I usually can tell too. And it's funny because like pretty early on, like I felt very flushed already and almost like the overheated feeling that I get. I do get hot easily, but yeah, I started, I would say really around like even 6, like feeling that like pressure in my head of like just like hot. And it was weird. And then it just kind of got worse and worse. And that's why I stopped because I was feeling dizzy and lightheaded and just like this pressure in my head, which I've actually had in training some. And I just thought, oh, it's like 80 degrees and like maybe I didn't drink enough, but I didn't really think anything more of it. So, I mean,
Yeah, maybe walk us through how that unfolded because we had, a bunch of us, everybody had joined their trackers, and you were kind of like stopped at this one place for a long time, and I was like, oh man, she must have dropped. Like she's not going to
Mhm.
finish this marathon. And then I was actually at the finish line with Erika Kemp, and we like opened our trackers back up, and we were like, oh my gosh, she's moving. She's going. Like her time has changed. Like we thought you weren't finishing this thing. So then we were just like dead set. We were like looking for you, looking for you. We were dead set on seeing you finish this race.
Oh, I know, it's so sweet. I was like, I can't believe that you guys were still there at that point, but
Oh my gosh, we were so excited to see you come in. Like we were dying to, because like, the majority of the people in the stands, they're like sponsors or they're family members of people
Mhm.
who are running any pace, like any time on the clock. And so a lot of people you find you're standing next to don't know who the pros even are. And
Mhm.
so like we knew this story was unfolding in your race, and like that this was a really big deal that you were coming through that finish line. So yeah, maybe talk us through what happened.
So yeah, I said I started kind of not feeling great at like 6 to 8 even. And it wasn't like I wasn't feeling great. It was just like I felt like something was like it was weird. Um just my head and yeah, feeling hot, which was weird. Um and But I mean, I just kept telling myself, like, okay, you'll probably get through this. Like, that's what people say in the marathon. There's very much like ups and downs. So just ride it out. And I just kept telling myself that. And I really was maintaining like a super positive mindset through it. Like, just stay calm. Like, it's just a down, like, find your rhythm, it's okay. And yeah, I just kept telling myself that, kept telling myself that. And I think around like 12-ish miles, I like yelled to my pacer because he was kind of getting away from me. And I was
Mm.
like, Josh, like, just stay with me. Like, I need to slow down a little bit. I'm not feeling great. Because I knew obviously there's still a long ways to go. Maybe if I slow down for a little bit, like, I'll kind of come back around. And I think we did slow, but like, it just kept getting like slower and slower each mile. And to the point where I'm not even sure what the mile was right before 15, but I just turned to him. I was like, I have to stop for a second. And where we stopped though ended up being like right by the med tent. And so he was like, medical's right here. And so then medical came over and got me. And well, I did not know that when you go to medical, you need a plan to be there for at least 20 minutes.
Oh, you do.
Yeah. So they got me and I was very flushed and like not like dizzy and not kind of well out of it a little bit. And so they take me back and then like, they lay me down and immediately all these doctors and nurses like swarm me and they're like starting to like put things on me and take vitals. They drew my blood.
Wow.
They they like started like a catheter as if they were going to do an IV. I took my glucose, just like, they're like, maybe your blood glucose is low. And then they checked my sodium, and I guess my sodium was low. Um, and so they were, and meanwhile, I'm like, please, please, I need to finish this marathon. Like, I need to do anything I can to finish. I think I just need a minute, to kind of reset. And they were like, no, like, we're not going to let you go.
Hmm. Because of the sodium.
Just because I like just how I looked and like how I was responding, I guess. And I was like, please, I just kept begging and begging. And they were like, okay, well, maybe in a few minutes. But then I like another nurse talked to another nurse and she was like, yeah, we're not letting her go. And I like,
Like, could you see that?
yeah. And I was like, no, like I was freaking out. I was like, I have to go because I could, the masses are coming now. And I was not feeling good, but I just like in the back of my head, I went into this marathon like I'm gonna finish no matter what. And so I thought, just take a little breather, like gather yourself again, and then try and go.
So at that point, you're like, time's out the window, whatever. I'm finishing this race.
Yeah. And the lady then looked at me and was like, honey, you have 6 hours to finish. And I was like, you don't understand. I'm in the pro field. Like,
Yeah.
they're already gone. Like, I have to run with the masses. And so eventually, I guess I just convinced them to let me go because I
You
drank
did.
like half a bottle of Gatorade. And they were like, "You need to finish," and I said, "No, I can't. Like, I just gotta go." And so I think they just gave up trying to keep me
Was your
there.
pacer still with you, or did he
No,
go on?
he had just left.
Because he had to stay with his like duties or whatever.
I think he just thought I was dropping out. Like, I think
Oh, sure.
everyone just thought like at that point I was done.
Yeah. And then, so
Um,
were you in contact with anybody, or you just like all alone?
no, I was all alone. I did have them call my mom though, and she was like on her way over, but as she got there, like I had left.
I cannot imagine
It was just
her heart,
I
like
know.
what she must have been thinking.
Yeah. And then as they were getting there, they're like, "Wait, she's moving again on the tracker." They
Your
were like
mom
so
said that?
yeah.
I mean, how many people saw that and were like, wait, oh,
I
she's
think
going?
I think so many people had no idea that was happening because then I took off, and I'm in the mass now, like thousands of people. and there's cups everywhere, and it's slick on the ground, and you're dodging people left and right. Like, it's a whole different world.
And were you back to running like
I actually was.
5:50,
I was
5:40
running like
pace?
5:30 something
Yeah,
pace
okay. Because I
again.
saw your running time
Yeah.
was 2:31.
Like, I was just like determined. I was like, okay, I'm getting back out there and I'm just going. So I kind of found a groove. Like, I found a groove on the side of everybody, um, having to swerve around a little bit. And then I think it was like after 4 miles, I realized, wait, I have no bottles or gels on the course. They had removed them.
Right, because they're
Yes.
cleared.
I was like, I thought that maybe they would keep them out though still, but the tables were gone. Like, literally everything was gone. And so I kind of freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't finish without anything. Um, and so, you can grab the cups of
Yeah.
Gatorade and water. So I did that, but by the time you grab it, half it's already on your face.
Yeah.
And
Been
it's
there.
like so diluted, the Gatorade, and it was not enough. And
What were in your bottles?
I had Tailwind in my bottles, and then I
Okay.
was using X Endurance gels.
Okay.
So yeah, I had enough and everything. I had planned it out that I had plenty to take on the course. And it's also starting to get hotter. The sun is out, I was already hot. So I think around like, I don't even know, 19 or maybe 19 or 20, I'm in desperate need of something. So I see this lady on the side with like sodas that she's selling. And I go over and I was like, can I please have a Coke? Like, because I don't know why that sounded good, I guess. Or
Yeah,
like
sugar, give
something with
me, yeah,
sugar. And I know that people use that.
like
And
in ultras and stuff.
I did
Yeah.
not want any more Gatorade or anything. So I just begged and I kind of explained, like, I'd have no, like, she didn't really understand, but I was like, I just need it. Can I just have it? And so she gave it to me.
Oh.
I chugged like half of it and then I went again. And yeah, then I'm back to swerving through more people. And the next thing I know, there's like a biofreeze station.
Yep. 21.3. I know where you're talking about.
But it literally got in my eyes somehow. As I'm running through it, I just get this whiff of biofreeze and
Oh
it's
my
like in my
gosh.
eye and I can't see. It feels like pepper spray or what I imagine pepper spray to be like. So I'm like slowing down, kind of stopping, and someone was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I think biofreeze got in my eye."
Oh my gosh.
This is just, and I'm not even joking. Like, this is all just crazy that's happening. It's a whole different race, a whole different world out there.
Yeah.
Um, so that happened, and then I keep going, and I need something again to drink, and I kind of like look around, like if there's anybody with anything, and I see this lady on the side, and she makes eye contact with me, and so I stop for a second, and she offered me like her body armor, like half drinking body armor. She's like, "I'm a nurse, like take this, honey."
She was like a spectator.
Yes, a spectator. She saw me, and could like tell I wasn't doing well.
Oh.
And so yeah, I drank the body armor, but yeah, that has like 0 calories in it.
Oh yeah.
So it tastes good, hydrates me, but has nothing in it.
Hopefully some electrolytes. I don't
Some
know.
electrolytes, right? But no sugar or
calories.
anything to like keep me,
Yeah.
really going.
Okay, so after you saw the lady who gave you the body armor, what happened?
So yeah, after that, I was feeling like refreshed, honestly. I think I chugged that. Like, I was just so thirsty, and I remember the sun just like pounding on me and like sweating so much. And I mean, I wasn't that hot, but with the sun and just like being at maybe like mile 21-ish, I can't even remember exactly where it was. But after that, I was like, okay, I feel kind of replenished, like hydrated. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, that has like 0 calories in it. So I'm probably going to hit a wall still. And I haven't really had anything since before 15 that is a substance. So yeah, I kept going, kept pushing. And obviously in the back of my head, I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I should be doing this. Maybe my body is like really saying like, I can't. But obviously then I still had that deeper voice that's like, no, we're just going to get to the finish. Even if we're crawling over the line, like just continue to just try, just keep pushing. And then at mile 20, it was like probably like 23-ish, I started feeling like this weird thing with my heart. And I've felt this like many times, not just in workouts, but like just in general. And I describe it as like, it feels like my heart is sticky. Of like when I take in a deep breath, it like almost like, it doesn't make sense when I say it out loud, but it's like it sticks to my chest. It's a weird thing. So anyway, I was feeling that, but I kept going, And then I saw a med tent around maybe like 24, 25. I don't even know exactly where it was. So I stopped because I was just like, I'm a hypochondriac too, and I definitely get very anxious like when things aren't feeling like right. And so, I'm already feeling dizzy and not great. And then I have my heart feeling weird. And so I'm just like, oh no, like maybe I need to stop. Like, so I stopped and they kind of just sat with me. They like waited till my heart rate, dropped and kind of dropped under 100 for me to like start again. They were like, I think you're safe to just get to the finish. Like, just take it easy and just get there. But obviously I didn't take it easy. I was just like gunning for it again.
Get me
Because
there.
when I go, I'm just like, I just need to get there. And so, yeah, that was the last stop. And yeah, the last mile and a half honestly went super quickly, or however long it was. And, they had mile out, 800 out, or K out, 800 out, 400, 200. So, yeah. And then when I turned to go to the finish, I was like, oh, God bless.
Well, that makes so much sense to me now that I am thinking back to the tracker. Because once Erika and I saw that you were moving again, we kept expecting you and we were like, wait, where is she? And then we're like, wait, she's not moving again. So,
Yeah.
because we were like, you must have been mile 23 or 23, 24. Because it was like saying we were supposed to expect you in like 15 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And then it just like totally stopped again.
But yeah, the tracker stopped. And I mean, you can see it on the splits too. I think around mile 24 or something that like it's like 17 minutes or something again.
Yeah, like stopped again. Because I was like, well,
Yeah.
if she started again and she made it this far, I'm assuming she's going to finish.
Oh, yeah.
And so
I
then
was
we were like, maybe she's just walking. I don't know. But you were at the
No,
med
I was
tent.
definitely going to finish. Yeah.
Have you ever been to a cardiologist?
Well, so with leukemia, one of the things is like I do have to get an EKG and echocardiogram every other year as part of it because the medications are hard on your heart as a kid. So, I mean, that's probably part of it. Anytime I feel anything with my heart, I'm just like, I kind of freak out. And it's usually nothing, but I mean, in a race when you're that far in, and I already had to stop at the med tent once, and they were, I just kind of was like, let me just make sure.
Yeah, let me make sure like it's not
too
out of control.
Okay. Yeah. Because I don't know. You never know what the body is capable of, and maybe it's capable, but I just freak out a little bit. So, yeah. But no excuses for a bad. Like, I don't really have anything exact for why, like, this race went the way it went, other than just, like, yeah, it was a bad day. And everything kind of went wrong after mile 15. Like, that was a completely different race. Like, if I didn't have to go back and be with the masses, maybe not all of this stuff would have happened and it would have gone smoother. But I think there was just so much more chaos and more that was thrown my way in those last 11 miles. And so that's where just the story is just funny because so much went wrong.
Two different races.
Yeah.
Like two different lives.
Totally. Yeah.
I think my favorite part is the Coke when you had the Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah. I honestly was saying after the race, I was like, I might start using that in my bottles. Like, that tasted so good.
Oh, I bet it was so refreshing. Just like, oh, give me that carbonation.
Right? Yeah. And then the other thing is just that I need to get better with fueling in general. I mean, I was practicing with different things even up to the last long run before.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was not solid on what I was doing fueling wise. And so I just had to just pray that it would work out and I would be okay and I would be able to take it in. But I really wasn't able to take it all in. So
you're going to have that locked 15,
in. Yeah.
You're going to have it locked in for the next one.
Yeah, totally. So that is the biggest learning curve as well, I would say.
Hey friends, a quick break here to let you know about cornbread, hemp. Oh my goodness, I love cornbread. I love their gummies. I love their seltzers. If you're looking for a way to relax and you don't want to put the alcohol in your body, their THC drinks are incredible. You just need one and you are feeling relaxed. And they're tasty. They've got blueberry breeze, raspberry limeade, salted watermelon, peach iced tea. My favorite is the blueberry breeze. I love stocking my beverage fridge with these. No hangover, superior flavors, and only 30 calories. They are federally legal as well. You do get that feel-good buzz that hits sooner than traditional edibles, and it is a top-notch way to unwind. Just start with one can, 5 milligrams. Trust me, You're going to love it. Go to cornbreadhemp.com/another and use the code another for 30% off your order. All right, friends, back to the show.
All I can picture is just being in, like, the mass of people, and it's like
Yeah.
being at a concert, like,
Yeah.
you can't move, and if you stop, then you're more behind, and then I see someone with the pace whatever, holding up the pace thing of 3 hours, 15 minutes, and I'm like, "Oh my god, you're kidding me." But all I could think was, like, whatever, like, I just have to get to the finish, I
You're
guess, like,
finishing this
my time
race.
is gonna be so bad, and it hurts it hurts your ego whenever you think, like, "Oh my gosh, I'm finishing with that," but I didn't really care. I was like, "Whatever, it means so much more to just finish than to not." Um
Yeah, the ego thing, I thought about that because I thought, what hurts more, like finishing with a time that's like an hour or something around there slower than what you really are capable of, or
Mhm.
pulling out? Like you're either way,
Right.
you're weighing out like big
Mhm.
feelings in your heart.
Exactly, and I think in the past, like, when I haven't finished, it has been for that, like, I just don't wanna see the time at the end.
Uh-huh,
I
uh-huh.
panic and it's like, I can't, like, that's not me.
Yeah.
I think I have been working on that too, and I don't know, it's just sort of like now what stings more to not finish or, to see the time on the clock, and to me, like I said, there were so many reasons why I did this and, like, why I was gonna finish, and I just kept telling myself, "It doesn't matter, like, just get to the line, like, that's not your time, but, like, it'll mean so much more," and, I mean, I just have a lot more respect for myself even after that, like, for just doing that and showing that it doesn't matter, like, letting that go, letting my ego go.
What a story to tell too.
Yeah. And then, I mean, during this, I was also raising money for Blood Cancer United.
That's right.
Yeah, and that was another big reason why, all these people have donated thinking that I'm gonna run the marathon and finish, and so in the back of my mind, I'm like, "Okay, Emily, like, you have to do it for those people and for yourself." I gave, like, a talk at an event too, and I was like, "I know I'll be hurting in the last few miles, but, like, nothing will be harder than going through chemotherapy."
Mm.
So
That's
it's
right.
just
Yeah.
a lot of, like, there were a lot of reasons that I just kept telling myself for why, like, you just have to keep pushing, and it was hard. It was really hard. It was hot. It was chaotic, and, I kept feeling that feeling of being dizzy and just really hot and the pressure in my head, but yeah, I somehow got there.
Wow, I have so many thoughts. Yeah,
Yeah.
for listeners who might not know that you are a cancer survivor, you had blood cancer as a toddler, right?
Yeah, I was 3. I
3.
had leukemia.
Leukemia. Gosh, you think about that and all the people out there. I mean, millions upon millions of dollars raised for charities. And I do think when you're raising money for a cause, especially a cause that's like really like important to you, um, the stakes for finishing feel a lot higher.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh, and I think about your mom. I mean, to
I
you
know.
having that cancer diagnosis at 3, you probably remember very little.
I do, yeah, which is kind of a blessing, and
Yeah. But I'm as a mother, my oldest is 13, that probably in some ways still feels so fresh to your mom,
yeah,
you know?
definitely.
Because it's like your life as an adult is just so much different.
It
Uh,
is, yeah.
wow.
And I mean, she and my dad have so many memories from that. I mean, it's honestly more traumatic for them than it was for me.
Yeah.
And they often say, like, "We would have never imagined our daughter, like, being where she is now from where she was." It's yeah, it's crazy.
What's the sibling situation at your house?
I have one younger brother.
One younger brother.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm sure we talked about that the first time you were on the show.
maybe, yeah.
Um, oh my goodness. Did you feel, I mean, you must have felt so alone out there, even though
Quite a
you're
bit.
in a sea of all these people.
I really did. It was like fighting for myself out there.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm like, I don't think I ever wanna run a race in the masses. It's just so chaotic.
So chaotic.
Like, you can't really run fast. Like, wherever you are is where you're gonna finish, kind of. It's kinda like NCAA cross country. Like,
Mm.
if you don't get out in the front, you're not gonna finish in the front because it's so hard to move around people.
Hmm. Yeah, you got to
And I
be
mean,
in
I was
like
shoulder
a
checking people that are in
corral.
that race too. I felt so bad. I'm like, "Excuse me."
Excuse me. Excuse me. I wonder if
And
how
there were
many
some people
people
that were like, "Yeah, go Emily," and I'm like,
they knew you. Okay.
"Some people, yeah," because I think when you have, like, the last name on y the front too, only the pros have that,
Yeah.
and so I think they could tell, but they were also very confused, I feel
Well,
like.
they knew you if they said Emily because it says Venters on the front.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, because I was thinking about this, like, it's so the majors are so weird because like all, the pros come in and then it's once the sub elites come in and then it's like really goes
Mhm.
into like the everyday athletes. I mean, it just turns into like a totally different environment
Yeah,
and race.
totally
And
different.
you like seeing you come through the finish with all those people around you and like the announcers were on the stage like I was like, is anybody else seeing this? Like,
I
this
don't
is Emily Venters coming through. And then I'm curious after you cross the finish line, was there anybody from the race or key
Mm,
people that like actually like identified you and like figured
yeah.
out who you were?
Yeah, there was. Actually, a volunteer came up to me first, and because I was crying and I it was just a mess, and she was like, "Hey, I know who you are. Like, I
Mm.
just want to say, like, I'm just so inspired by like your guts to even finish that." And yeah, she talked to me for quite a while. She helped me find my mom, and
Mm.
yeah, it was really sweet. And then there were some other people too that were like, "Can I get a picture?" And I was like, "I don't really want a picture, but I guess."
Oh, oh
Um,
man.
yeah, it's sweet, but yeah, I just felt like I don't know, like it was a totally I raced in 2 different worlds out there.
You totally did.
Like it was 2 complete different experiences, and I did not obviously expect that going into it. And it's funny because I really did. I felt pretty good going into it. Like I had a very good mindset, you know. I
You
didn't really
did.
know what to expect, but sometimes that's the best. Like I don't know, we're just gonna see what happens. And so I'd honestly never, ever guess
Oh
that
my
that would be
gosh.
the outcome, obviously.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Um, so it sounds like you were overheating from the start
Mhm.
and your sodium was low.
Yeah.
I mean, those seems like the two big factors.
Yeah. And like, yeah, I'm not exactly sure, you know, but it's probably something I need to look more into. And I think um the marathon is just it's almost like a different sport, I've been saying. I think there's just
Yeah.
so many more things that you have to think about. And, you know, I've never got sweat tested. I've never like really dug into the science behind, oh, how much carbs should I really intake for me? Or like how much fluids do I really need to intake? And I think it is a science and you have to really figure that out to be good at it.
Mhm.
You know, and obviously the first one's fine. You can have a bad first one and then you can get a lot better in the second one, which is great. I know that the second one will be a lot better than this one. But I do think that maybe I should have just taken it, I don't know, got more help in that area
The
prior
nutrition side of
to doing
things.
this. Um, and especially at a world major, if I'm debuting here, like I don't know, I should have thought more about that. And yeah, I don't know. Because
You
even the
know,
training to me as was like way different. Not way different. Obviously, running is not that different. But it was just a lot more than I'd ever done. So that's why I say like everything was just different than even a half marathon.
yeah. And it's so interesting, like as a pro runner, like even though you have coaches and agents and teammates, like you still all those decisions are you, right? Like you're the one seeking out the extra help. I mean, I was
Right.
just thinking about this with my own stupid foot. Like, I want to go to a physical therapist, but like, I don't trust any physical therapist. And like, how many opinions do you get? And it's like, for you, this being your like career, it's
Mhm.
like, who do you trust? Who do you go to?
Right.
How specific do you get?
And there are a lot of people. It's almost like there's too many people trying to help. So you don't
Yeah.
know who to listen to.
Yeah, where to even go with that.
Yeah.
I felt I was talking to Carrie Cox
Mhm.
before at the press conference when I was in line to talk to you. And
Mhm.
I loved how she just was she was keeping an eye on you. Like
Yeah.
I felt like she was like, I, why does it make me want to tear up? I don't know, because it just feels like such a family. Like, I was like, I felt like she was like mothering almost like,
She does
I'm
have that.
making sure
Yeah.
nobody's gonna, like, ask her questions they shouldn't ask her and things like that.
Yeah, she definitely has that to her, and I love that about the Coxes, like, they're just great, and it does feel like a family, like, they're very genuine and very caring, so I feel very taken care of.
Yeah, what have your conversations with them looked like after the race?
Well, I don't think that they even knew I finished, actually. I don't think a lot of people did,
Yeah.
because after, like, I got my bag and everything, like, probably an hour, 2 hours later, I looked at my phone and Josh Cox had said, "I'm so sorry." Like, I can't remember exactly everything, but I was like, "Wait, no, I finished." Like, and then I kind of explained everything, and he's like, "Whoa, that's, like, crazy." Nobody knew, and nobody knew the story or, like, anything except for me living through it.
Erika Kemp and I were
I
watching.
know. And my parents were actually in the grandstands too.
They were. I wonder
'Cause
if
they
they
had
were
seen my
near us.
tracker too, that I mean,
Uh-huh.
they didn't know what was going
Uh-huh.
on fully, but then they had just seen me slowly move, and then I would stop, and then I would slowly move again. Um, yeah, I don't think even a lot of my friends knew either until I told them, so.
Yeah. So, what do you like? It's so fresh still, but like, what do you think you learned from the experience?
That no matter like, the biggest thing I learned is that I just won't give up now, like, even when it's hard, like, I can stop and, like, take a moment, like, I really did feel like I needed that in the moment. I didn't feel like I could keep going. I felt like I was just gonna keep going backwards and backwards and backwards if I didn't stop. And that's happened in practice too, like, I have to I've had the same sort of feeling, and I have to stop, take a few moments, like, usually take a little bit more water or something, and then I will keep going, just because I have that overheating, like, pressure. It's a weird, I don't even know exactly what it is. And then I do better again, and then I'll come back and do better. But it's kind of a cycle, and yeah, that I'm I've just got a lot more to learn about the marathon too, and that's okay. Like, I thought that maybe I was ready, but I think also you can't just expect that after 4 months of just training for the marathon that you're going to be great at it. And I think, yeah, it's just gonna take more time, and I have to be patient and know that I can be good at the marathon, like, in my future still, and it's a great experience, like, I know the distance, I know what it's like to grab bottles, I know what, like, the weekend is like, and I think all of that is really knowledgeable for me to get, and I'm glad that I got that. But I also think now it's like, I just need more time. I am young for a marathoner, and I think that's obvious as well, that a lot of people who do really well are usually 30 or above and, have had more time on the track and the shorter stuff before they move up. But yeah, no, honestly, no regrets still. Like, I don't regret doing it and trying it. I think, like, it definitely is something I want to do again. I have to redeem myself. I'm like, I don't even want to call that my debut. Let's just call that a trial run, trial debut. 'Cause it doesn't
I
really
mean,
feel like it.
it's a different kind of debut. I
Yeah.
mean, this to say you got the experience and then some is an
Mhm,
understatement. Like you got the big city marathon experience and then
mhm.
you understand the marathon in so many ways that so many pros don't now because you got that experience
Right.
with the masses.
Ex True.
You
Yeah.
understand you
Yeah.
understand other pieces a little bit more.
Yeah, and then just, like, yeah, like I said, it does feel like a whole different sport, and so I think just really knowing that and, yeah, trying to dial in, like, more of, like, how much sweat am I or how much fluids am I losing when I sweat? Because I do sweat a lot, I feel like more than
Yeah. Wonder if you're a salty
and
sweater. You must be a salty sweater.
yes. No, I am, yeah,
Yeah.
because even when I was in the med tent and I was laying down, there was salt coming in my eye, and I was like,
Oh.
"Ow." Yeah,
Mhm.
it's interesting. Um, yeah, so just, like, not trying to think that it's the same as half marathoning or 10K or I mean, it's still running, but it's just there's just so much more that goes into it, and I can't be naive in that. So, just trying to, like, learn more about it and learn more about my body and, like, the fueling aspect too. So,
What about conversations with Ed Eyestone after the race?
I mean, he's great, like, he's I'm so lucky to have him as my coach, I think he's a great mentor, and he's obviously was a great runner himself, and so he can relate in a lot of ways. Like he said, the first time he did a marathon, he kind of did the same thing. He just jumped into it. didn't have a ton of training before he ran his first one, and it didn't go great, the first one. Like, I can't remember his time, but he was like, it really was not good. And he was like, I'm never going to do that again. So then he went back to shorter stuff, and he said it actually helped him a lot. Like, he got way faster. But then at his second marathon, which was the Olympic trials, he placed second.
Okay.
And he just had learned so much more and just grown so much from that first experience. But yeah, I think he's just like, you're okay. Like, you're going to be fine. He believes in me. He knows that, like, obviously that I'm capable of a lot more than that and that it will come
Okay.
together. It just is a learning curve, and I need to be gracious to myself as well. But it's nice to know that, like, when you have a bad day, and I haven't had a good day with him yet, I guess, that he's still there and he still believes in me probably more than I believe in myself too. And he wants to help me get there. So
It's
it's
coming.
really nice having that team. And I mean, all of my teammates are the same way. Like, they all see the potential in me. Like, they see my work ethic in practice, and they're like, you have the talent. You just need time, and you need to learn it more. And that's okay. And yeah, it's great having those people in my life.
Hey, everybody. I am so excited to be back at the Donna Marathon weekend in Jacksonville, Florida. They've got a 5K, a half marathon, and a marathon. I go to this race every year, and it funds breast cancer research as well as helps fund financial aid for those walking through a breast cancer diagnosis. This race is near and dear to my heart. It's the weekend of January 30th through February 1st. I do the half marathon pretty much every year. The 5Ks on Saturday, the half marathons on Sunday. And it is a beautiful weekend full of hope and love. And I really hope to see you there. Go to breastcancermarathon.com. Use the code Lindsay10 for $10 off your registration of any of the races. We'll see you in Jacksonville. So, reflecting back from the race and deciding to do the marathon, how are you feeling just about running and deciding where to go? I mean, this is so fresh still.
Yeah. I think even before this, I was still a little bit like, I don't know if I should be all in on marathon now. Because part of me, like, I ran the 5K at USA's, and I'm like, I still love the track, and like, I still really want to see what I can do on the track. I know I don't have like that 1500-meter speed, obviously, but I do feel like I have a good 5K, and like, I can still be good at the 10K. And so part of me is like, I still want that, but like, I also like want to go into marathoning. So I feel like I'm at this in between of, I'm not really sure exactly where my strengths lie right now. And I just need to talk to, Coach Eyestone and kind of pick his brain of like what he thinks. And yeah, I mean, right now I'm obviously like, I want to go back to the shorter things. And I know that I want to do a marathon again, but I'm not sure if right now is the right time. Like, maybe I still need to focus on the shorter things. And yeah, I think you just can't do it all. And so,
Yeah,
yeah, I
right.
talked about that in the spring with you. It's like, when you try to do everything, then you're just, a B at everything maybe. Whereas at this level, you want to be an A at something. And
Uh-huh.
so just like kind of pinpointing what that is for this next year, I think is really important for me. And then just not overthinking it. I mean, if it is the marathon, then great. Like, I just need to focus more in on like the fueling part and, the sciencey things of my body and sweating and sodium and electric, whatever. And then just trusting the training as well, and that, putting in this high intensity training and lots of mileage will pay off down the line. But either way, I just need someone else's advice, and he'll probably know what to do.
Yeah. You'll be unstoppable in the marathon when you figure out that nutrition piece, for sure.
Hopefully so.
You will be.
Yeah,
And you have so much time.
totally. Yeah. I mean, you look at
So
most of the
much.
women in the US right now, they're 30 or
Yeah,
a little bit older that are doing really well at that. So
for sure.
no, I know I've got a lot of time, and I think that gives me a lot of like, or it calms my anxiety of like, I gotta do it now. I tried it. I did a trial run, didn't go great, but I've got a lot of time, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So exciting. And the scar of this race will always be a part of your story,
it will.
and
Yes,
so much stronger for it. Not that you wanted to
totally.
experience it, but so much stronger for it.
Yeah, for sure. And now I'm like, I won't ever let myself quit any other race. So that was the
So
biggest
good.
thing. Yeah, I'll take that with me into all future races.
So yeah, you debuted the half in January.
Yeah.
You placed fifth at
Mhm.
the half marathon US champs, which is big. Like
Yeah,
that's a huge deal, 68 minutes. But this is kind of like when hearing you talk it through, like it is fast tracked.
it was, yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. I think, like, I jumped, to training with Ed too. Like, I made that transition very quickly, and then I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do Chicago." And I've been training all spring for 10K. Like, that was the goal, was, like,
Mhm.
just to train
Mhm.
for 10K, try and get, like, a sub 31 minute 10K. Obviously, I did not run well at the 10, and then it kinda just spiraled from there. I just some other, like, personal life stressors, um, affected me, I think, a little bit more than I realized, and that's definitely something I've also taken away, like, as I've gone through the past 6 months, is that when I don't have a lot of stability in my personal life and, like, I have a lot of changes, I think it affects my running a lot more than I realize. So, that's a goal for myself, is, like, just really find the stability in my life, and think that will help me just feel, yeah, better and more stable in my own running.
Yeah, those external stressors, like even in the moment, you might not realize how
Right.
heavy they are.
Mhm. And, like, any stress is stress on your body is what I say, so.
I want you to like embrace this pro running, these
Mhm.
all these women who are so amazing, like lean on some of these
Yeah,
other
I
pro
totally have.
women.
Yeah.
Good.
No, I look up to so many of them, and so many of them have reached out, and I feel like it helps me so much to even just, like, hear their own struggles too, and lean on them and talk through, like, yeah, how they got themselves out of it, and it's just such a good community, and I feel, like, really, really lucky to have them.
Yeah, I don't know if other sports are like this,
I
but
don't know
like
either.
yeah, it's like from what I see, it's like when you all are on the starting line, like you want to win. You want this to be your day and your race, but off the starting line, the camaraderie and the support and the true love is just like crazy.
It is, yeah. No, I agree, especially in, like, road running almost more than track, for sure, like, it's just people are just so nice, and I love that. Like, it's made me a better person, I think, being around them, and I feel like I used to be, like, super like, I'm competitive, but almost to the point where, like, I didn't really wanna talk to my competitors.
Mhm,
Not in a
mhm.
bad way, just I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like being a part of more road racing and longer distance, like, I don't know, I'm just opening up and, like, really connecting with other people, and, like, I genuinely want them to do well too. And so, it's a good feeling. I love it, and, like, I love being a part of the running community now, and the pro community, I feel like I've gotten closer to a lot of those women, and it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's so different than track. I mean, you even think about like there's a video from the marathon this weekend of like Connor Mance like handing somebody a
Mhm.
bottle because like they missed their bottle because the marathon is such a like journey
Right?
that you're like, we're all in this together until we're not. Like, I
Yep.
want to beat you, but also like I know what it's like to drop my bottle and like I want to beat you fair and square. I want you to have a
Right.
bottle.
Right.
I love seeing that.
And that's how my whole team is too, I would say, like, at practice, obviously, we all are grinders and we're competitive a little bit, but in a good way, and everybody's just genuine and nice, and outside of that too, like, we want the best for each other, we're asking each other about our own lives, and yeah, it's a good feeling, and it's really nice to be a part of a group like that. Cause like, I think I said that in the press conference, a lot of pro teams can be really toxic and, like, uber competitive where you don't really care about one another, but with this group, it's just everyone is just so nice and so loving and genuinely, like, want the best for each other, and I really have never been a part of something like that, so it's
Mm.
awesome.
Yeah, you have like does Kira feel like big sister energy, or what does that feel like?
Yeah, I would say so. Like,
Yeah.
she's such a good mentor, and
Uh-huh.
I love training with her. She's one of the best people, I mean, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
She's fun, she's funny, she's nice, but she is, like, also very driven and very competitive in her own way, so,
It's so
yeah, I
good.
learned so much from her.
What have you done in the last couple days to like just give yourself grace and also just like soak in like the small pleasures in life to maybe distract yourself or just like work on acceptance of how the marathon played out? I don't know how to word that without
Yeah.
it sounding weird.
I think just talking through it with different people is helpful for me, and then I write too.
Oh, you
Like,
do?
yeah, I like to write in my journal, like, and I write a whole race recap and like go through it. And sometimes, I if you bottle things in and like don't share it and don't process the whole thing, I'm not able to fully move on from it. And so, yeah, oftentimes the best way for me is either to talk about it out loud or to write it down. And then I kind of like can see the good and see what I need to improve on. And yeah, I'm just able to move forward after that. So I feel like I'm in a place now where I'm like able to move forward from it. And if I hadn't have finished though, I think that this would have haunted me for way longer. And I would have um just had self-hatred, like just been really mad at myself for not finishing. Cause it's like, you've worked so hard on like staying positive in your head and like, yeah, just the sports with my sports psych. And I had felt like I'd made such big improvements and would have felt like that was a step backwards. Like that's not the runner
Wow.
that I want to be anymore. Like the runner I want to be is the one who just has the courage to finish and, lets go of the ego and just can look at the positive side of things. So, yeah, I think like anything that was just the biggest win for me of all. And so I left like while it was horrible, like I think I left like feeling okay about it because I did that. So, it's a good thing.
How do you decide? I think about this sometimes too, because I like to write as well. I think I
Mhm.
like to write more than I actually do. Like I have the thoughts in my head more than I actually put it to paper.
Mhm.
But how do you decide like what stays with you and what you are willing to share, like on an Instagram post
Mm.
or something?
I mean, I feel like I'm pretty vulnerable. Like I'll share pretty much anything. I have been writing blogs on like this site and I mean, some of it I don't share like everything, I guess, but I'll probably write a race recap. I mean, I already have it written in my journal, so I'll probably share that. And yeah, I don't really care, I guess. I feel like the most authentic version of myself is the version that I want people to know as well. Because if they don't like me for who I really am, then that's fine. They don't have to like me, but I'm going to be me. And I think that that's something that I'm taking pride in and just trying to um, keep reminding myself as well. Like, I mean, again, even finishing, like that's me. That was me on the day. And I
Mhm.
have to just be proud of that. I can't, if I don't finish, that's kind of like just a cop out to not show like who I really am in a sense. Um, and that's what my mom was saying, just like you have to just own it. Like that's just who you are on the day. People know that like the time is not a reflection of who you actually are, or the runner that you are, but like the fact that you finished that says more than yeah, than the time.
I would say the time like reflects who you are in a way outside of running
Yeah.
because of your mental drive to finish.
Hmm.
Like that's what you're proud of.
Yeah. Right.
Um, I truly, I said this in the Instagram message. I don't think I've ever seen a pro like feel that bad and yet still cross that finish line in that way.
Yeah. I was actually like kind of during the race thinking of Erika Kemp though. Because
Yeah, at
yeah,
World
in
Champs.
Tokyo, like, I mean, she had a really bad day, but she still finished. And I actually
Oh, I
yeah,
love
it
that
was
you
in
were
the race
thinking
and
of
kinda
her.
thinking about that of like, she did it. Obviously, she knew the time was gonna be bad, but it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
it just says so much more. And she inspired me, and so the fact she was at the finish line, I'm
Oh.
like, "That's so sweet."
Oh, I love that. Oh, she was, you know what? I didn't like process that with her at all, but like I bet she had a lot of feelings there because
Totally.
that World Champs
Mhm.
was so fresh.
Mhm.
And it's like
Yeah.
everybody knew, just
Right.
like everybody knew with you. That's not like indicative of any kind of
Yeah.
like her talent or work
No.
ethic. It's just like a day that didn't work out.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like, yeah, so much can go wrong in the marathon. It's so much time, and yeah, you build up for the 4 months or whatever, however long your build is, and you take a gamble in a sense. Like, you can be really fit. Um, like, we thought I was probably in the best I mean, I was doing workouts I would have never guessed I could do, but then on the day, it is what it is, and you don't know, and it sucks. So one thing about marathoning, I'm like, "Wait, I don't know if I like this because you can only run so many marathons a year, where it's like
I
10K,
know. You only
5K,
get like 2 a year.
you can get a redo pretty soon."
Yeah. But
So
just
that
think
is fun.
about like, well, first of all, your training is not gone. Like
No,
you've done the
exactly.
marathon build.
Yeah.
So you're going to build on that again.
Mhm.
But also, like, okay, say you ran a 226 or 224 or whatever.
Mhm.
Different lessons would have been learned that day.
Right.
Like, no story will give you the mental strength that you had to use on that day.
True. I agree.
Maybe
Like,
it's not what you wanted,
no,
obviously, but, like, think about that. Like, any other time you line up for a marathon, like, you
it
finished
can't
that
be as
freaking
bad
race.
either. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You
that's
did
what
it.
a lot of people have said to me too. Like, you learn so much more from your worst days than you do the best days, and couldn't be more true. I mean, I think let me find this thing I sent in a text to someone because I said the most meaningful things that have come from running are all the times that I've never given up when things were hard, and that's why I keep going because I'm so effing resilient and I
Mhm.
won't ever give up on myself just because things aren't going my way at times. And I know that I have yet to reach my best, and I feel it so deep within me that I will make an Olympic team someday. It's just like it's my why. Like I really have. I've had so many downs in running, and people will look at that and be like, "Why do you keep going?" It's like I don't know. The downs just fire you up so much more and drive you so much more to just keep going because it's if you feel it deep within you that like you can be better. Like you can keep going and pushing yourself and I think that's like the addicting part of running. I mean, even for people I coach on like who are running 4-hour marathons or 3-hour marathons, like it's just every time you know you can get a little bit better. So that's why you keep going. Yeah.
Mm. Your time is coming and you have time for
Yeah.
you have lots of time for the
I
trials,
know.
which, it's kind of like it's a good thing that you've like now you've done this and now you
Hmm.
can move on to the next.
Yeah.
I'm
Sometimes
so
it
proud
doesn't
of
make
you.
sense. Like I feel like I've gone through so many rough times and then I get a good time and then it's suddenly bad again. And I don't know, but
Everybody's like trajectory and story is different.
it really is. Yeah. And you really just have to ride through the lows and think that that's what makes it so much more special. Like, when you have that moment, it's like, oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever.
I'm just like picturing you in like 20 years still
Oh,
recapping this story.
oh,
Like
I know, I will. I mean, I even look like the day of the race, like after, I was like laughing about it, like how crazy it was.
crazy.
It was. It's funny.
Oh my gosh, Emily. Well, I am cheering for you. I'm so excited for what's next for you and truly just like grit, determination. Like so many words come to my head when I think of like seeing you run through that finish line.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm really glad that you guys were there. It means a lot.
I'm sure you couldn't hear us, but we were
No, I
screaming.
couldn't.
Oh, that's the other thing I was going to ask you. Did you feel really sick at the end? Like after you finished?
Oh, I felt horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Were you able to like eat anything?
oh, I feel like I didn't really eat for like 3 hours after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I was really thirsty though.
Man. Well, we can't wait to see you run the next one. And you
Might
gave
be a while.
people inspiration in this race
Thanks. Yeah.
more than you realize, truly.
No, I think so too. And like it's been like really special just receiving the messages I have. I mean, a lot of the people are actually in the race with me and like they saw me and they were like, "I saw you and we were so confused, but like I'm so inspired." And like
Yes.
it means a lot, honestly. And I think I said in my post, but like when people are supporting you on your lowest days, it just means so much more. Like I don't like if you're just gonna cheer me on during the times that I'm winning, like I don't want you to cheer me on if you're not there when I'm doing bad. So
That's right. That's right.
that's why like I love the running community I have and I feel lucky. It's awesome because I feel like so many people do or have gone through those lows too, and so they support you even more and it's nice.
Emily Venters, we can't wait to see what's next for you.
Oh, thanks.
All right, friends, thanks for being here today. Thank you, Emily, for sharing your story. I know that wasn't easy to do. We are so proud of you, and we cannot wait to see what you do next. Thank you, Cornbread Hemp and Tailwind, for supporting this episode of I'll Have Another podcast. Don't forget, you want to enter to win a Tailwind gift bundle. Leave a rating and review on iTunes for I'll Have Another podcast. Any new ratings and reviews that come in October or November You will be entered to win. We will announce the winner the first week in December. Sounds like a good way to fuel your spring training. Go to tailwindnutrition.com, use the code another20 for 20% off your order, and check out Cornbread Hemp, our other sponsor on this episode, cornbreadhemp.com/another, code another for 30% off your order. And I hope to see you all at the Donna Marathon weekend, the weekend of January 30th through February 1st, a beautiful weekend in Jacksonville, Florida. Just go to breastcancermarathon.com to register and use the code Lindsay10 for $10 off your registration. Thanks for being here, friends. We'll see you next week with 2 fresh episodes on I'll Have Another with Lindsay Hein podcast. Have a great day.